So my mom passed away 2 weeks ago on October 15th. And I've been wanting to record something, but not quite sure how or what to say. Somebody told me once that, when these kind of traumatic things happen and, all of that, it's important to talk about them and share them with the world, but after you've processed it, right? the pain can't be too raw. It seems to me that I'm kind of at a point where I need to start talking about it a little bit. This has been a pretty shitty year, 2023. I lost my stepfather in January, and then now my mom in October. It's kind of a weird thing that I don't have any parents alive anymore, and been a bit challenging. So, as is so often my MO, I try to find lessons. I try to find, what's the universe trying to tell me, which is very much in line with my mom. She was a firm believer in the cosmic perspective. She was an interesting lady. And, so many of the wonderful things I see in my personality and in my style and all of that, have their origins there. And, she would definitely not be a person to get up and talk like this. Hated being photographed. But so what have I learned? That's the real question. And, sometimes it doesn't all make sense. I think that's one thing. I think the biggest takeaways that I have from my couple of weeks now, that I've had to process this, is one, kind of the obvious is, tell people you love them, right? Because you don't know how much time you have. Spend time, make the phone call. If your parents are alive, pick up the phone, give them a call. Just say, hi, how you doing? I was very fortunate in that, I was sort of, pseudo caretaking for my mom because, she was living in the house that she wanted to be in, didn't want to go anywhere else. So she was living by herself mostly. We had people constantly coming over to, do caretaking and that sort of stuff. But usually it was me that was going over on the weekends and doing the grocery shopping and, doing some cooking, doing some meal prep, and invariably being the IT guy. I can't tell you how many times I replaced computers and modems and all of that. For those that don't know, my parents' house is in the middle of the woods, basically. It's on 15 acres, on a two-story house on top of a hill. So lightning is a thing. I think we went through 5 or 6 DSL modems, which was the only internet we could get. And so anyway, 3 weeks ago, I had gone over and to set up the new modem that had finally come in, and I got there and it wouldn't work. And the computer was broken, so I had to order a new computer and all of that. But it didn't work on Saturday. So I ended up going back on Sunday just to install the new computer, make sure it worked, and I was done, right? So that whole trip took, or the whole, my obligations, right, took about 15, 20 minutes. get there, get the computer set up and all of that. And as is the case for many people that are in that scenario, it's like, okay, I'm done, and now it's time to go because I've got other stuff to do, right? And but I didn't do that this Sunday. I actually, I did my 15 to 20 minute thing, and then spent some time with her looking through the pictures of our trip that we took in 2002 to England, Scotland, and Ireland, and reminisced about the pictures. And then we went out on the front porch and we just sat and talked, probably for an hour, maybe two. And there was no hurry. There was no, okay, I got to get this done, right? It was living in the moment. And I am now so incredibly thankful for that time, right? That I had no idea that that would be the last time that I would really talk to her. But it was. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is take time in this world that we live in. There's so much buzzing and swirl and the busyness of life, and we're always having to go and do and be and perform, and I've got this I got to do and that I got to do, and running, and it's just we get caught in the swirl. But there was a day that I didn't, and I cannot tell you, I cannot put into words how important and how much it means to me that I stepped out of the swirl for a couple of hours and spent time just talking, just reminiscing, just laughing at the silliest things, driving in Ireland, and there was a place where it smelled really bad, and we start calling it the dung smell. Um, and just the silliness of me climbing to these caves in Ireland, that I had no point in doing, just being right, and laughing about past and talking about what we want to do in the future. That's important. That's what life is about. I talk all the time about purpose, about, goal setting and knowing where you are, and what's truly important in life, and life balance, and all of that. And when it really comes down to it, that's what it is. It's stepping out of the swirl. Yes, we need to know what our purpose is in life and go after it, and be that commander. But even more important is being in the present, and being the son, being the father, being the friend, being a listening ear, shoulder to cry on. It's being real. Don't get me wrong, I still chasing my purpose, but part of that purpose is to remind you to do those things, because you don't always know when it's going to be the last time. You don't know if what you've just given yourself is a gift that you will remember forever. Because that's what I did. Didn't know. I gave myself a gift of a last few hour conversation with my mom. no project, no money, no talk, no anything is more valuable. I wouldn't trade that for a winning lottery ticket. I wouldn't trade it for, you know, a million views. Wouldn't trade it for anything. It's here. So find that. Take your time. Connect with the people that you love, really. Love them. Love is a verb. Love is time. Love is attention. Don't let it pass. Because it does pass. It passes far faster than we think. You know, one of the conversations that I had with my mom was that we realized that 2002, it was 20 years ago, 21 years ago, and I helped her climb this mountain. It was Queen Maeve's tomb, if you're familiar with it in Ireland. But I basically towed her up a mountain, right? And I realized that I am now the same age that she was then, right? Um, and so it's like, it's not that long. Life is not that long. It goes by fast. So don't waste your time doing stuff that's not important. And see, that's where that purpose comes in to play, right? Is what is important. Who is important. Spend your time on those things. Yeah. So that's my message. It's still, the loss is still fresh. But I know that it's okay. And that from this, good things will come. So hopefully from this, from the trials and tribulations that I have, I can help you give yourself that kind of a gift that I gave to myself. So take the time with the people important to you. And take the time for yourself. Don't have regrets doing stuff that's really not important and missing out on what is important. Okay. I know this has been a longer than normal episode and kind of weird. But I just wanted to tell you what was on my mind, what was on my heart. And hopefully this helps somebody out there. Yeah. Well, until next time, let's live in our life to the third power the best we can. Take care.